Performance is going to be the biggest hurdle for this mod and for this idea in general. Gamers really expect 60 frames per second when they're playing their game, and the trade-off of wanting to see more of your screen at a time, it's going to be a hard one to make if the frame rate is not where it needs to be. Right now I'm going at about 30 frames per second, and one of the ways that we can improve this is to limit the amount of views that are being rendered. We think this is still an experiment. We're not sure how to get this frame rate higher, but the first approach is to obviously limit the amount of views that are being rendered. So right now you can't tell yet, but I'm only rendering 5 views instead of the original cube's 6 views. So if you go to the menu, you can see this by turning the Rubik's on. And extending it further, you can see that there's only 5 views being rendered. You can compare this to the cube by clicking this globe button and toggling just between these two ones that we have right now. Unfortunately, there's no discernible difference in the frame rate at all. So I think the conclusion here is I need to try the view with the 4 views called the tetrahedron and see if that affects. And also let's make this more concrete and bump it down to this. And you can see that there is a lot of wasted render space here. So you can see the top and bottom triangles. That doesn't take up very much of the screen, and yet it's using an entire... It's rendering so much that you can't even see. So I think the solution here is to make this a lot more dynamic. Meaning, to render what I'm seeing on the screen, I should take into account what I'm actually seeing and position the views based on that. So just looking at this screen, I can maybe achieve that coverage with just 1 or 2 views. So since the technology is here where we can kind of create these custom views and custom globes, the possibility is definitely there for us to just position the cameras based on what we need to cover, instead of using these static shapes. Much more to come, but I think this is the way that we need to optimize it to make this mod as usable as possible.